pulls up, long three, oh! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bowling Green, Ohio. We are live from the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Nate Mullins on the call tonight with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard, Greg Kinn, running the controls, and we've got Austin Rodriguez operating the cameras for us tonight. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Tonight's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors for allowing us to come over here to this beautiful facility and bring you tonight's ball game. Thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Reineke Family Dealerships, Molyet's Farm Market, Harrison Price Insurance, Webster Industries, Pit Stop, Lee's Floor Covering, and Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. You're tuned in here on the pregame show, and Tommy, what a doozy we've got for you here tonight as we got the Mohawk Warriors and the Convoy Crestview Knights. These two opponents are not very familiar with each other, but Tommy, you and I are pretty familiar with each other. We got the A-team on the call tonight, buddy.
Oh, absolutely.
Woo!
And what a venue. It couldn't be any bigger. The lights couldn't be any brighter than right here at the Stroh Center for this Division IV Regional Semifinal, live here and paywall free right on Heart of Ohio Sport. And Nate, once again, the air is palpable. The energy is electric as Mohawk continues to make its historic run here in this 2022-2023 campaign. Coming in tonight 23-3 and setting a school record for most wins in a season, and also winning its first district championship since 2018. But Mohawk says, hey, our story isn't written yet. We just look to add another chapter here tonight from the Stroh Center, and man, couldn't be more excited than to be on the call with you, partner.
Oh, you said it best there, partner. The air is palpable. The energy is electric here tonight, and we're ready to bring you this broadcast live once again from Bowling Green State University's Stroh Center. I want to give a big shout out to the athletic staff here at Bowling Green for putting us up here in the balcony and giving us a nice spot to be able to bring you this broadcast. They were very hospitable. The hospitality here is always top notch, and the facility, I mean, is bar none, one of the best in the area. So huge shout out to the athletic facility, and a huge shout out to all of you for tuning in here with us. If you're tuned in, you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, make sure you share the video, like, follow, subscribe, especially find us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, folks. But Tommy, we are just about set for this one, and I'm telling you, this one's going to be pretty exciting. I think, you've got the Crestview Knights coming in. They're kind of the favorite, I would say, here tonight between these two teams, but anything can happen, Tommy. Anything can happen. And these Warriors are coming in playing with a lot of momentum.
Well, absolutely. As Crestview Convoy comes in tonight under Coach Doug Etzler, who led this team to a state championship in 2019. And again, we're just shortly removed from that. You got a lot of guys with experience looking to know what the standard is and what the expectations are coming in tonight as the starting five for this Crestview Convoy team. All of them have conference honorable mentions. First team, as again, tonight you'll see Gavin Etzler, first team NWC all conference. You couple that with Mitch Temple, number 5, who also first team. Nate Lichtel.
We have the national anthem. Got a treat there, Tom. This is the first time I've heard the national anthem from an organ in a high school basketball game, so definitely a treat there. Well done. I didn't even see where they were perched at. I was trying to look all over the stadium. Austin, could you see where they were at? I couldn't see. I mean, maybe up in there, maybe. I don't know. But once again,
round out that bottom, that starting lineup again. And then you got number 33, first team NWC in Ren Sheets. So Crestview Convoy is the mountain to topple if you expect to get to that regional final. And tonight, Mohawk Warriors are going to have their work cut out for them, so they better pack lunch. And the Warriors better come out to play.
They better. And I'm telling you, this is going to be one tall task for the Warriors here tonight if they're going to be able to come up with a win. And then they've got another tall task awaiting them as the Marion local Flyers dispatched Patrick Henry earlier by double digits, 64-42, and or I'm sorry, 54-42. But it was never really close when we got here, and it was like, man, they were just kind of running away with it. That Marion local team, Tommy, they're going to be a tough task for whoever wins here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. As again, I believe the Final Four being played right here.
That's right.
Here in this regional semi, as Convoy, Crestview, and Mohawk favored it in the region, but only one of them can win here tonight, and we're going to find that out after 32 short minutes.
All right, so we'll have the starting lineups here.
Let's make the Warriors on 6-foot seat number 1, Sycamore.
First, the non-starters for the Mohawk Warriors. And Tommy, when you talk about this one, let's talk about the keys to the game brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall. For Mohawk, you know, if I'm Paul Dunn on the ride over here, I'm telling my guys, you got to treat this like it's any other game. This might be the biggest facility you might have ever played in before, but you got to treat it like it's just another ball game. You got to come out here and take care of business and do what you do best. Have fun, play within the flow of the game, and be aggressive.
Absolutely. As a lot of people know, and they know if you followed our coverage, you know that this Mohawk Warriors team is paced by a guy like A.J. Hess, who's got first team honor, all mentions, all conference honors. But here tonight, you know, I go back to that Van Loo game. In that game, Hess on fire. The school set a record for three-pointers in that one with 17 threes. Hess was responsible for 7 of those. And then when coming into against that game against Hopewell, you knew who they were going to key in on.
That's
you
right.
knew what the game plan was. So you got a guy like Bryce Bones Hannum, who really is the guy that is the unsung hero of this offense. He's the gel. He's the glue that holds the squad together. He leads the team in assists, and he led the team to 18 points in that upending of Hopewell Loudon, 46-45 just the other night.
An 8 of 8 from the free throw line, including 2 of 2 in the most clutch situation you could ever put a player under. Trailing by 1, going to the line with the game on the line, and he knocked them both down. Cooler than the other side of the pillow is Bryce Hannum. We'll go through the starting lineups for both teams. We'll start with the Convoy Crestview Knights. We have number 1, they have him listed as number 1, but I have Gavin Etzler as number 2. And then we have, I must have the wrong roster here. I don't know. It's supposed to be going off of what they've got over here. Mitch Temple.
Ren Sheets.
And then you have Nate Leichte and Carson Hunter. There's your starting 5 for the Convoy Crestview Knights. I'm not sure where they're getting this from here.
The scoreboard is correct on who they got. Our roster sheet is not.
All right.
We'll take a look at the Mohawk video here.
Oh, absolutely. And then there you have that Mohawk starting lineup. You got Boomer Cleveland, number 3, number 2, Kane Hannum, number 22, Bryce Hannum, number 24, Braden Chester, and of course number 13, A.J. Hess. And you're going to need every supporting cast member, every main star here on the big stage if you're the Mohawk Warriors, because like we talked about, with that Crestview Convoy squad, you got a lot of guys who got conference honors, and it's a scary starting 5 if you look at everything on paper.
A tall task for these Warriors, but I tell you, Tommy, if they can play good defensive, sound defensive basketball, team basketball on the defensive side of the ball, I think they're going to be in position at the end of this one to possibly come away with a win. It's all going to come down to defense here tonight.
Here we go. This opening tip brought to you by Phillips Electric. Let's see our Fred.
A.J. Hess. Opening tip controlled by Convoy Crestview. And we're underway here at the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University, Bill Frack Court. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And that one's good.
Etzler.
Gavin Etzler pulls up and knocks it down from just inside the three-point arc. The Warriors now with possession. They work it around the perimeter. Boomer Cleveland. Sophomore for the Warriors. Gives it off. Heyman. Drives, kicks it under the bat. Nope, gets it off the glass. No good. And that one's rebounded by the Knights. They kick out right wing three. No good. Rebound fought for. And it touches the baseline, and they're going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Knights.
We touched in the pregame about Mohawk setting a record for 17 threes, but this Nate Lichtel, you got to be careful of him on the perimeter as he set a school record just the other week for with 10 three-pointers.
Woo! Bryce Hannum, and they turn it over. A.J. Hess with the turnover. Knights looking to push it, drives into the paint. Hess with the block, that goes out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Knights. 6:49 left here in the first quarter, 2-0 Crestview.
And these Warriors, they always seem like they're in mid-season form. A lot of times they often kind of got to get settled in. They don't often score first to take early leads. A lot of times they get settled in their offense, get settled in their defense, get a feeling out process. But A.J. Hess, another.
No, they're going to say it was out of bounds off of Mohawk. He wasn't in agreement with that call, but nevertheless, back to the Knights. 6:41 here in the first. Looking to inbound under the basket. That one grabbed by Hess. He's into the forecourt, up with the shot, off the glass, no good, but he grabs his own rebound, puts it back up, no. Gets the rebound, no good on the putback. That's 3 straight shots missed by A.J. Hess. We don't see that very often.
First minute and a half, seemingly a lid on the basket for the Warriors.
Drive to the basket, off the mark, and that one tipped out of bounds by Hess. Knights have the basketball, 6:20 to play here in the first. They get it inbounds. And we got an off-the-ball foul, moving screen called. I believe they got. Yeah, they got Ren Sheets on that one. That'll be his first, second foul. I'm sorry, just the first foul on the Knights. First foul of the game. Hannum at the elbow, kicks it out. Braden Chester pulls up from three. Braden Chester knocks down the three.
Chester hit 4 3-pointers in that district championship win against Hopewell Loudon.
Knights looking to push it under the basket, up with the shot. Nobody's fouled on the attempt. Ren Sheets draws the foul. The 6'6 sophomore will go to the line for 2 shots. Boomer Cleveland called on the foul. That's his first.
In the student section for Mohawk, rattling the bird cage early.
Yes. Threw him off on that one as he misses his first. But Sheets will get another one. And that one goes in. So it's tied at 3 apiece. 5:48 left here in the first. A.J. Hess at the elbow, kicks it out for Cleveland. Now back, Heyman with it. And an off-the-ball foul on Hess. And he's asking the ref, what happened? What exactly happened? And you're not getting any explanation. That's the second foul on the Warriors. Knights with it now. They work it around the perimeter.
Oh,
Kick
Etzler.
out. Etzler for three, no good. Rebound cleared out by Temple. Mitch Temple out to Etzler. Now Hunter. Gets it down low for Sheets. Draws the triple team, now kicks it for Hunter, and he puts it off the glass and puts it in. Carson Hunter.
Nice feed to Hunter under the glass, especially after the smothering defense by the Warriors.
Chester on the right wing. Over to Cleveland. Now Boomer Cleveland.
Well, this is what you like. Now you can start challenging the lane that they respect Chester.
That's right.
And put that man coverage out.
Hannum with it. Drives, kick out. Heyman for three. Bang! Kane Heyman knocks it down. We're going to say that was just a two. Okay. And that shot at the basket, that one's good. Nate Lichtel puts it up, puts it in.
Nice quick answer back by the Knights to take the lead once again.
Must have had his toe on the line there for Heyman.
Thought about it.
Cleveland drives the baseline, now kicks it, and it's poked away. No, they're going to say last touched by Cleveland. Must have went off his foot.
Yeah, either that or he had his foot on the baseline, one of the two.
Yeah. Knights basketball. Sheets draws the double team. And now Crestview looking to push.
Lichtel.
Now mid-range pull up, no good. Rebound fought for, poked away. What a save off his back end by Zach Heyman. Kane Heyman. AJ Hess, no good on the three. And a rebound grab by the Knights. But what a save by Kane Heyman.
Yeah, look at that, Greg.
Foul.
There it is, that save. Kept that play alive. But nonetheless, Warriors turned it over, and Sheets gets the foul driving to the lane. We go to the line for this Reineke free throw. Bounces right off the back of the rim, Nate.
No good on the first.
Now a different look on the floor for the Warriors. As you see, Hunter Haynes comes in.
Sheets cans the second one. 3-point lead for the Knights, 8-5. 3:14 left here in the first quarter. Yeah, they don't like it when AJ plays with his jersey untucked. I've heard the referees don't like him with his jersey untucked. Hey, tuck your jersey in. Tuck it in. Well, he doesn't like it. He likes to be a little bit untucked. That's how he plays. Boomer Cleveland.
Hess lying in wait on the wing.
It turns it over. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors.
Another turnover as the Warriors continue to drive to the lane, just taking those choice shot selections.
It was just a case, I think, of Cleveland just trying to do a little too much.
The Convoy, they want you to push it to the outside. They completely crash inside whenever you start playing from the perimeter. As Lichtel comes up short from three-point lane into the hand of the Warriors.
Heyman snags the rebound. Now Hunter Haynes into the forecourt. Zayden Fry kicks it out for Hannum. Now Haynes got away with a walk there. As Heyman drives to the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound grab by the Knights. Nasir Easterling on the rebound.
That's good.
Drive to the basket, shot up, no good. Rebound grab by Hannum.
Nice defense there as well by the Warriors.
Heyman kicks it over, right wing. Haynes. Oh, that first shot was there. He just hesitated. Nice move to the basket by Hannum, but unable to finish. That one was off the stanchion, and it'll be last touched by the Knights. So the Warriors get it back, trailing by 3. 1:48 left here in the first quarter. 8-5 Crestview.
Crestview don't like that.
Hunter Haynes looking to inbound under his own basket. Heyman. Now over to Hess. Hess out to Haynes. Thought about that three, but puts it on the floor. There's Hannum, drives to the basket, puts it up off the glass, no. Rebound, grabbed by that is Etzler. Under the basket, Easterling had it go off his leg. They turn it over. The Warriors now with it. Haynes slows it down as they cross the timeline into the forecourt. 8-5 Convoy Crestview. See what I did there? Convoy and Crestview, one word. Hess had that one stolen away. Hunter, left wing. Drives to the basket, puts it up. No, it's blocked. Haynes grabs the loose ball for the Warriors.
Man, it's just amazing how this defense shores up so tremendously. This offense just picking and choosing, playing with a little bit of reservation to begin this one. Once again, trying not to waste any shots. But right now, just shooting 22% from the field.
Low scoring first quarter for both teams here. I guess playing right into the hands of the Warriors, though, Tommy, if you ask me. To keep this a low scoring slugfest. And you have the Crestview Knights right where you want them. Zayden Fry moves to the basket. Nice cut. Finishes. 8-7. Crestview on top by 1. Three-point shot, no good at the buzzer, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Crestview leads 8-7. We'll be back after this. You're watching high school basketball on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
Tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock for the Pulse podcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, live from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. And we're back here at Bowling Green State University's Stroh Center. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn running the controls and Austin Rodriguez on the camera tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Tonight's broadcast presented by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union.
Slow and methodical first 8 minutes of action here from the Stroh.
A.J. Hess nearly turned it over, but gets it back. Now Kane Heyman.
Turnover margin.
Hannum's little mid-range floater goes.
Pretty wet there.
That was pretty wet. Warriors take the lead, 9-8.
I see a little bit of that moving screen.
Warriors doing an excellent job closing out so far here on defense. A nice job under the basket, controlling the paint here so far. Cleveland drives, kick out. Chester, wide open three. No, off the inside of the rim. That one was almost in.
Yeah, Uncharacteristic of Chester. Wide open look. Like to have that one back.
Etzler drives, floater, got that one to go.
Etzler just has tremendous poise from mid-range. Just rolls off the tip of the fingers.
Four points now for Etzler. Cleveland kicks it over to Heyman. Heyman puts it on the floor, drives into the paint, puts a shot up, no. And Hannum fights for the rebound, and it's dug out.
That's out
and grabbed by Crestview.
Wow.
And a foul on Hannum.
Push. Well, you wonder what would happen when you got to double digits.
I have to move it over now. I figured it was going to recenter like that. We'll get it fixed up here for you guys.
I just can't believe that. That just should have kept his hands to themselves, and that would have came back Mohawk's way, I bet, Nate. Nice feed to down low.
And that one thrown away as Connor Sheets had nowhere to go with it and throws it away.
Both team with 5 turnovers.
Knights out rebounding the Warriors 12-7 so far.
A lot of those are defensive boards.
Yeah.
So you want to clean up.
10-9 Crestview. Warriors with the ball. Heyman. Kick out for Fry. Now Chester with it. Now Hess. Top of the key. Works it over to Cleveland. Steps inside the three-point arc. Puts up the shot, no good. A rebound grab by Crestview. Jarrett Hartling. A kick out, three-pointer!
Been waiting for that one from Lichtel.
Nate Lichtel knocks down the three. Timeout called by Mohawk to keep it right here. They gave the points to the wrong team there. It's actually 13-9 Crestview. They'll get it fixed.
They're just helping me set the scoreboard.
That's right. 5:26 left here in the first half. We'll take this time to thank our sponsors for bringing you tonight's ball game. Thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, our presenting sponsors, as well as MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Reineke Family Dealerships, Molyet's Farm Market, Harrison Price Insurance, Webster Industries, Pit Stop, Lease Floor Covering, and Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Warriors coming out of the First National Bank of Sycamore timeout with the possession, trailing by 4. Coach Paul Dunn calls the timeout, trying to keep things close, making sure it doesn't get too far out of hand. Hess wide open for three. No. Just has not been able to hit those threes since the other night when he nailed 7 against Van Loo.
Hess thus far with no points in this ball game.
Uncharacteristic. And that one poked into the backcourt.
Still poked.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Haynes unable to grab it and get it under control. And the Knights will take possession inside of 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Under the basket. Lichtel puts it up, puts it in. What a nice move by the senior under the basket. Got a little up and under.
Yeah, Lichtel coming alive with the last 5 points for the Knights here.
He's got 7 on the night. Knights lead by 6. Three-pointer for Haynes off the bank. And the bank is open on a Tuesday night here in Bowling Green. 3-point lead for the Knights. Sheets nearly turned that one over. Hess smothering on defense.
Hess just needs to get both ends of the floor going for himself.
Hunter puts that one off the glass and puts that one in. Nice drive by Carson Hunter.
Hess has just been damaging down in the post defensively.
And that's why when you got a guy like him, Cleveland, no good on the three-point shot.
They call a timeout before?
With a guy like Hess, though, when your shot's not falling, you got to find other ways to affect the game. And that's what he's doing here tonight. He's applying pressure defensively. He's got a couple steals already. He's making his presence felt down low for sure. Hunter, cross court. Temple's drive to the basket, no good on the shot, but a foul. Mitch Temple will go to the line.
That quick little 5-point run by the Knights proved to be the difference, and that's what's going to make the difference in this one, Nate, is who can get out on those little runs and make the most out of it.
Mitch Temple knocks down the first on this trip to the Reineke Family Dealerships free throw line. He's got another one coming. They're shooting 60% from the free throw line. Just one foul for the Knights here tonight. That free throw no good. So a 6-point lead and a foul.
Look at that reach in there on Temple.
Mitch Temple called on the foul. That'll be his first and the second team foul called on Crestview. Kellen Putman comes into the game now for Crestview. 18-12. Knights with the lead. Warrior basketball. Hess gets close to the basket this time. That one no good from mid-range. And a rebound grab by Crestview. Carson Hunter works it down low for Sheets. Sheets throws it back out to Hunter. Etzler. They work it down low for Sheets once again. Had it stripped away. Kane Heyman with the steal. Caught him when he wasn't looking. Heyman kicks out. And that's Haynes. 3-point shot, no good. And a rebound grabbed by the Knights. Knights doubling up the Warriors in the rebound department, 17-8. That's been the story here. Etzler pulls up for long three.
And those are going to be the other ways that Crestview will affect this game. Getting Lichtel and Etzler working on the outside.
Warriors have done a pretty good job defensively here tonight of limiting these Crestview Knights.
It doesn't matter when you keep turning the ball over and allowing rebounds.
But on the offensive end of the floor, it's just been, they're just struggling. Timeout called by the Knights, a wise timeout there by head coach Doug Etzler. We'll keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Gives me time to tell you all about our sponsors. Thank you to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Reineke Family Dealerships, Molyet's Farm Market, Harrison Price Insurance, Webster Industries, Pit Stop, Lee's Floor Covering, and Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., all proud sponsors right here with Heart of Ohio Sports. Knights bring it into the forecourt. Etzler with it, working on Heyman. And a foul on the drive to the basket. Jarrett Harding draws the foul. That'll be the 6th foul on Mohawk at the 1:43 mark here in the second quarter. Crestview leading by 9, 21-12. Mohawk trying to find some answers on the offensive end. Mitch Temple with it. Etzler for three. Bang!
And he's going to go to the line.
Hang on. We'll see if they count it. They do. And a foul under the basket.
The three-point basket is good. Right on, Gavin Ensley. That gives you a foul on the 35 basket. The Cedar Easterly.
So what do you get from the foul?
So they say he didn't foul him until after it went in, I guess. Or maybe after he shot it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure
I
I
don't
heard
know.
the whistle before it went in, but okay.
So you just get the rag up a foul in the column.
Heyman, cut off by the defense, picks up his dribble, gets it out to Chester. Warriors trailing by 12. 24-12 is the score. 1:10 left here in the first half. Boomer Cleveland pulls it back, now drives. Had it poked away, but a foul called on the reach-in as they're going to get Mitch Temple on the foul.
Convoy foul. On the 5, Mitch Temple, second personal foul. 14 foul on the Knights. In lineup for Crestview, number 10. Number 33, Ray Sheets.
And a inbound pass poked away. Last touch by Crestview. Zayden Fry checks in. Hunter Haynes checks out.
Warrior basketball on the baseline.
Hannum over to Fry. Now Chester pulls up from 3. That one off the glass. No, look at Fry jumping out of the gym to grab that one.
But back into the hand of Crestview. What nice feed from behind the back by Hunter over to Etzler. And now you got to believe Crestview just wants to control the last possession here
Absolutely.
with a nice 12-point advantage.
Carson Hunter driving.
Chester just got
Kick out. Lichtel for 3. No, off the front of the rim. Hunter grabs the rebound. Down low for Sheets. Puts it off the glass and puts it in.
Sheets for the Knights. Carson Hunter with the assist. Sheets for the goal.
And now the Warriors will try to control this one for the last possession. They trail by 14.
just a dominating display there in the second quarter by Crestview.
Heyman pulls up from 3. No. Rebound grabbed by the Knights, and that's the end of the first half. Crestview putting on a display defensively here in the first half. Your score, Convoy Crestview 26, Mohawk 12. We'll step aside for the halftime show. We'll be back about a couple minutes before the start of the second half. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
This is Brad Lonsway, General Sales Manager at Reineke's Tiffin Ford Lincoln. I want to take a quick timeout to tell you about all the things we got going on out here. We're charging into 2023 with great deals on the F-150, Explorer, Expedition, Super Duties, and much, much more. We're blocking high interest rates with 2.9% interest on all F-150s, plus $1,000 in bonus cash. We have leases starting at $329 a month. Let's get back to the game. Get your key from Reineke.
Tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock for the Pulse podcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, live from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
This is Brad Lonsway, General Sales Manager at Reineke's Tiffin Ford Lincoln. I want to take a quick timeout to tell you about all the things we got going on out here. We're charging into 2023 with great deals on the F-150, Explorer, Expedition, Super Duties, and much, much more. We're blocking high interest rates with 2.9% interest on all F-150s, plus $1,000 in bonus cash. We have leases starting at $329 a month. Let's get back to the game. Get your key from Reineke.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
Tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock for the Pulse podcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, live from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to the Stroh Center, the site of the Division IV Regional Semifinal, live here on Heart of Ohio Sport between the Mohawk Warriors and Conview Crestview. Right now you see the score coming out of the half, 26-12, as Convoy Crestview on top of the Warriors after a tremendous second quarter by the Knights. We're able to bury the Warriors on a 5-point run that we're able to lead more and more on top of, build on top of that to where you see this 26-12 score by the Knights. But that first quarter of action, Greg, and what a tremendous quarter by the Warriors. Down a point at the end of that one, but that second quarter just kind of fell apart for the Warriors. So coming out of the half, keys to the second half for the Warriors, you got to start getting some runs together and make some stops defensively.
I think they got to get a little closer to the basket as well, Tommy. Some of these three-pointers just are not falling. Got to get closer to the basket for some of these shots as Sheets drives that to the basket and puts it up and puts it in. And the Knights now have a 16-point lead, 28-12.
Now the Warriors with the ball, passing around top of the key. Chester down low to Hannum. Hannum out to Cleveland on the top of the three, and it's going! Boomer Cleveland!
Drills the three. Within 13 now.
Oh, that one's going to be tempted to be intercepted by A.J. Hess, go off his fingers and into the hands and into possession back of Crestview.
1,000-mile journey begins with one step, and Tommy, that was a big step towards a comeback there. That three-pointer was huge. And a turnover. Hannum steals it away, puts it up, puts it in. Bryce Hannum, coast to coast with the most.
Of course, Hannum, very effective, taking over in that win over Hopewell Loudon a few nights ago. You get some big production out of Hannum and Hess in this second half. Might have something to work with.
That's right. Mitch Temple.
But quickly, the Warriors almost got this one back within 10.
That's right.
Completely different ball game when you're chipping away at that type of deficit.
Knights working around the perimeter, now down low for Sheets, and that should have been a walk. He got away with that one, Tommy.
Yeah.
As Sheets puts that one up and under and puts it in.
Sheets kind of doing a haka under the glass. Couple shuffles this way, shuffles that way.
Down low for Hannum, puts it up off the glass, puts it in. Bryce Hannum with the answer. Back to within 11. Temple pulls up, mid-range jumper, no good, but he's fouled on the follow-through. That'll be two shots from the Reineke Family Dealerships free throw line. Give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors: Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore. As that first one up and in from the Reineke Family Dealerships free throw line. Also want to thank Molyet's Farm Market, Harrison Price Insurance, Webster Industries, Pit Stop, Lease Floor Covering, and Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. As Temple knocks down 2 of 2 and puts the Knights back on top by 13. 32-19 is your score. Knights shooting 62.5% from the free throw line. Braden Chester gets a little chesty down low, creates some space and puts it up and in.
I like the blanket defense by the Warriors, but, you know, touchy calls tonight. Send the, there's no.
Just let them play already. My gosh. Again, they made it this far.
Third personal foul, 17 foul on the Warriors.
Knights now with the basketball. Temple. Cross court for Hunter. He's wide open for three, and that one misses everything, but was it a pass?
Lichtel.
We don't know. Lichtel there to clean it up.
It looked like a miss, but then again it didn't.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Etzler and Hess battling out. Hess gives a little push off there and not even in control of the ball.
I just don't understand some of these calls. Like, for real, we are just getting ticky-tack right now. Like, you can't even touch him. Temple drives to the basket, puts it up, misses the shot. Warriors grab the rebound. Hess had it poked away, and it goes out of bounds off the Knights. Warriors get it back, trailing by 13.
Now allowing them to bounce around down there in the paint, but it's in transition where you see a lot of this getting caught.
Heyman drives to the basket, puts it up and in.
Gets this one back with an 11.
Hunter down low, Sheets back to Hunter, had it poked away. Boomer Cleveland with the steal, and he had it poked away. Now Temple kicks it out for Hunter. Lichtel over to Etzler. Back to Hunter at the top of the key. Now Temple with it. Drives the baseline. And another foul. My goodness.
His third personal foul, 14th foul on the Warriors. In the lineup for Crestview, number 11, Jimmy Hardhead.
4:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Those fouls starting to add up quick, as that's going to be Hess's third.
Knights work it down low for Sheets. Sheets gives it off for Temple. He puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back up, had it poked away.
Nice job defensively by the Warriors once again.
Heyman with it. And, wow. I'm like, man, I'll tell you what, these referees better make a beeline for their cars as soon as they're done in this one with the Warrior faithful, the way they're reacting to some of these calls.
So a 9-point game. 11-point game as the Warriors trying to climb back into this one, trying to shore up defensively, but the foul trouble is starting to rear its ugly head as they're going to have to back off a little bit.
5 fouls here in the third quarter inside of 4 minutes. I'm surprised that wasn't a foul.
A little bit of a different look by Convoy Crestview. You see Harding in there.
Sheets, kick out, three-pointer. Lichtel knocks it down.
That's the thing is, once you have this team figured out offensively, Convoy Crestview making this, they could just throw it over to Lichtel or Etzler.
Hess pulls up from 3. That one's no good, off the back of the rim. AJ Hess still scoreless here in this one.
Etzler,
no good. Put back. That one's good. Jarrett Harding with the putback. Knights up by 16. Timeout called by Paul Dunn. We'll keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Use this time to thank our sponsors. Thanks to First National Bank of Sycamore, our timeout sponsor, as well as Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, Reineke Family Dealerships, Molyet's Farm Market, Harrison Price Insurance, Webster Industries, Pit Stop, Lee's Floor Covering, and Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., all proud sponsors right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. We are live once again here, prime time from the Stroh Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall, Austin Rodriguez on the camera, and the Wizard, Greg Kinn, on the ones and twos keeping us live. Look who's down there along the sideline, a little Jeff Hammer action. Little Hammer Cam.
How'd he sneak in?
Some hammer time?
Definitely was not unseen. He makes his presence known wherever he's at.
You ever seen that Jeep that he drives all the lights?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's got that thing all lit up like Christmas. I love it.
the Warriors will have it coming out of the timeout. Still searching for answers on the offensive end of the floor. I'm going to have a different approach defensively here with those 5 fouls in the third quarter. Cleveland driving, cut off, now kick out. That's Fry, kicks it out to Chester. Braden Chester gives it back to Fry, now back to Cleveland. Boomer Cleveland.
Look at that defense. Oh, Crestview.
A.J. Hess gives it back for Boomer Cleveland. Now Chester on the left wing. Gives it down low for Hannum, and Bryce Hannum puts it up and puts it in.
Had to find the moving piece.
39-25. Crestview up by 14. Held ball. Possession arrow favoring the Warriors.
Really?
I don't know how that was called, but Warriors will take it.
Wow.
Right?
What?
Boomer Cleveland into the forecourt now for the Warriors. The winner of tonight's matchup will move on to face the Maria Stein Marion local Flyers. Down low, it's stolen away by Carson Hunter. Hunter's been kind of the X factor here for the Knights. He doesn't have many points, just 4 points on the night, but got 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, doing the little things, and there he is under the basket, cleaning up the mess, and puts it up and puts it in.
Back 16-point ball game.
41-25 Crestview. Chester thought about a 3, now kicks it out for Fry.
Fry's found some, I was going to say,
his cutoff on the way to the basket. Triple team down low. And now the Knights try to push it. Now they settle into their half-court set. Hunter over to Lichtel. Sidestep. Mid-range shot, no good. Hannum grabs the rebound for the Warriors. Bryce Hannum driving into the paint, up with a shot, off the glass, no, but he's fouled on his way to the basket.
I always love the way Hannum takes that ball across the timeline in transition.
He's looking to attack.
Plays with reckless abandon on his way to the basket. More times than none, he's going to get that foul called. You need a little bit of that. That's what kind of got the Warriors rolling.
That's right.
The other night.
Hannum at the Reineke Family Dealership's free throw line, knocks the first one down. He was 8 of 8 the other night at the free throw line. I think that's the first free throw of the night for the Warriors. It is. That's the first free throw of the night for Mohawk. Wow.
Oh,
and that one no good, but it's off the Knights and out of bounds. Crestview playing a great game defensively here tonight. Chester off the inbound, off the pass, no good. On the three-pointer, Hannum grabs the rebound. Out to Heyman, now out to Cleveland. Puts the ball on the floor. Great defense by these Knights, man. Everywhere they turn.
If I was Hannum, I would have just finished that play.
And now Heyman resets. 36 seconds left here in the third. Chester pulls up long 3, no. But he gets his own rebound, but it's poked away.
Can't believe.
And there's Hannum with the steal, but that one's off his foot, and it goes out of bounds, last touched by Mohawk.
Well, here's the question, is you spend over 40 seconds, trying to make that nice shot selection. You're trying to control the last possession here of the third period, and then you just throw a reckless 3 out there.
Knights with the basketball. Mitch Temple with it. Drives to the basket, and he's fouled. I'm going to say that's a shooting foul. The foul, he blew the whistle when he was running to the basket. Like, he didn't even put up a shot yet. I don't understand how that's a shooting foul. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Oh, put him at the Reineke Family Dealership.
Ball don't lie.
First one bounces off. It's Temple. Go to the line for 2 here.
Mitch Temple Got 1 of 2. He's got 4 points. And the Knights have a 16-point lead, 42-26. Cleveland pulls up, long range 3 off the back of the rim, no. And a rebound grab by Sheets. Reach in on Haynes.
But why give that foul up at the end of the third?
Talk about this Warriors team. 3 seniors really contributing a lot for this unit. Talk about Bryce Hannum,
7.
Zayden Fry, and AJ Hess.
7 fouls to Crestview's 1 here in the second half thus far.
That's just a clean defensive basketball game by the Knights.
Yeah.
Cleveland pulls up and no good on the 3 from the logo. That's the end of the third quarter. 44-26 is your score. Crestview on top. We'll step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back. You're watching high school basketball on Heart of Ohio Sports.
This is Brad Lonsway, General Sales Manager at Reineke's Tiffin Ford Lincoln. I want to take a quick timeout to tell you about all the things we got going on out here. We're charging into 2023 with great deals on the F-150, Explorer, Expedition, Super Duties, and much, much more. We're blocking high interest rate with 2.9% interest on all F-150s, plus $1,000 in bonus cash. We have leases starting at $329 a month. Let's get back to the game. Get your key from Reineke.
Tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock for the Pulse podcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, live from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here at Bowling Green State University's Stroh Center.
Oh, bounce.
Crestview with the possession, stolen away by the Warriors. Now, Heyman on the left wing, gets it under the basket, puts it up and puts it in. Nice little up and under for Kane Heyman there.
Wow.
Don't know how he got that one to go. Under the basket, Sheets bullies his way up for that one, puts it in.
You'll look for more out of that with Sheets. That would be his 8th point of the night.
Cleveland over to Chester. Back to Cleveland. Thought about a 3, drives to the basket, puts it, no, nice little feed under the basket for Haynes. Now kicks it out for Chester. Over to Heyman. Kane Heyman drives to the basket, had that one blocked. Swatted away.
That's a foul?
No foul. It was just out of bounds. Cleveland, cross court to Heyman. Now Chester pulls up from 3. No, off the back of the rim. Sheets grabs the rebound over to Etzler. Down the floor. Hunter. Under the basket. Oh, now they're in their groove now, Tommy. What a... Carson Hunter's in his bag. Finding Lichtel under the basket. And there's Heyman with the answer. Kane Heyman knocks it down from beyond the arc. Warriors within 17 now, 48-31. Sheets, spin move, turn around, off the glass. No, Hannum grabs the rebound. Down the floor for Chester. I don't know what he was doing. He didn't even try to grab the basketball there. It was just kind of floating in front of him. Temple under the basket, kick out. Now over to Etzler. He is wide open for 3, but just decided, nah, let's run some clock here. We don't need to shoot that 3.
Yeah, I mean, again, most teams, they strive to shoot at least 50% from the field. Crestview right there.
Now 51. He's going to shoot it. No good on that one. Kick out, Temple off the offensive rebound. And now the Warriors grab the rebound defensively. Crestview with the edge on the glass, 27-15. Chester's three-pointer in and out. Rebound grabbed by Etzler.
Repeatedly coming away empty from three-point land, shooting just 23% from the free point.
Now Etzler pulls up, right wing three.
And like Etzler, it's just built in him. Same thing with Lichtel. Like, you get these guys out in the wing, they will kill you and bury you.
Kick out, Heyman.
They don't call that the
Nearly poked it away. Now he gets it back. Little floater got it to go. Timeout called by Paul Dunn. Full timeout. We'll keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Gives me time to tell you about our friends at Webster Industries in Tiffin, Ohio. They're an innovative leader in the engineered class chain, sprockets, and vibrating equipment markets. The company now employs around 350 people nationwide and has facilities in Ohio, Mississippi, and Oregon. If you're looking for a career where you have a voice, make a difference, and are appreciated and rewarded for your efforts, go to websterchain.com and apply today. Another one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, before we left town, Tommy, we had to make a pit stop. At pit stop.
.504 remaining here in the ball game. Knights up 51-33 over Mohawk. Well, shoved in by Hess from behind. Tries to get the Knights off kilter.
Carson Hunter put him in a spin cycle there. Kick out for Lichtel for three, in and out. Sheets grabs the rebound. That's Connor this time. Connor Sheets puts that one up and in. Off the glass. Knights by 20. Cleveland's shot no good. Hannum grabs the rebound for the Warriors. Had that one poked away. Last touch by the Knights. 4:20 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Warriors just shooting 35% from the field. Just 22% from beyond the arc. And just one of two on their trips to the Reineke Family Dealerships free throw line. Heyman's kick out to Cleveland. Now Cleveland drives up, puts it off the glass and puts it in. Nice way to bully his way to the basket there.
Heyman with 11, Cleveland with 5.
Hannum, I think, had 9. Yeah, 9. Hannum has 9. Getting contributions from a lot of people, but the one they've been used to getting a lot of contributions from this year, Player of the Year in the N10, AJ Hess, still scoreless here tonight. And he misses that one at the basket. Connor Sheets grabs the rebound. Heyman wrestles it away from him, but a foul is called on Hannum. Must be something more interesting to do in Sycamore or something. I don't know. Everybody's heading for the exits. I don't know. Still a lot of ball game there, guys. These Warriors had a hell of a season, Tommy. Either way, no matter how this game shapes up, man, hats off to these Warriors, Paul Dunn and his coaching staff. Just a fantastic season. District champs. Cleveland's drive to the basket no good as he's fouled on his way to the basket. That'll earn him a trip to the Reineke Family Dealerships free throw line. 3:19 left to play in the ball game. And now Boomer Cleveland. First shot is no good off the front of the rim.
That's the thing sometimes at this level is you get one stud, one star contributor that can make all the difference for you. You know, then you also rely on contributions elsewhere. And this instance, a lot of teams are able to zero in on Hess. And in tonight's affair, again, you had great contributions by the supporting cast to keep this one close. But, man, just a complete ball game by the Convoy Crestview Knights here tonight.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Masterpiece.
That's for sure.
31-18 in the rebound category for these Knights.
Turnover department pretty even. 11-10.
Again, that rebounding, that's the difference maker there.
I think they're saying we want local.
Well, if you want local, you can find local without
right here with our community-minded sponsors.
Again, this game brought to you by our friends at Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Reineke Family Dealerships, Molyet, Harrison Price Insurance, Webster Industries, Pit Stop, Lee's Floor Covering, and Steinmetz Sign and Graphic Inc. Again, all community-minded sponsors bringing you this Division IV Regional Semifinal live from the Stroh Center in Bowling Green. Reineke free throw line as number 3, Drew Nielsen. Good for both of them.
And Heyman's three-point shot, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Knights. Mitch Temple pushes it down the floor. And a foul called on Hannum. That'll be his fifth foul, so he'll have to take a seat. And that's the way his career ends as a Warrior.
No bones about it.
Not one. He left it all on the floor, that's for sure. That young man had a distinguished career as a Mohawk Warrior, and one that will be looked back upon with a lot of honor. I'll tell you, this young man had a hell of a season and a hell of a career with the Warriors. Braden Chester checking in, Kane Heyman checking out. Heyman just a sophomore, so you see plenty more of him. As Boomer Cleveland, also a sophomore. Hunter Haynes, a sophomore. Connor Flood, the 6'6 sophomore. You'll see more of him next year. Bryce Hannum, though he is a senior. Braden Chester will be the lone. Actually, no, there's 2 juniors on this squad, so Braden Chester will be a senior next year. Let's drive to the basket, and I believe that's going to be a foul on the drive. Non-shooting foul.
She's got a few to give.
Got some substitutions into the game now for Mohawk. Ben Bogner checking in, as is Connor Flood. That one's stolen away off the inbound. Down the floor go the Knights. Once again, thanks for all of you for tuning in here. We got a three-point shot, left wing, no good. That one goes out of bounds. As that was Drew Nielsen, unable to connect on the three-pointer. Warriors will get it back. 1:49 left here in the ball game.
And what an incredible ride it's been this basketball season.
That's right.
For Heart of Ohio Sports, as we continue our expanded coverage into baseball. As you stay tuned to all of our social medias, and do us a favor right now. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Subscribe, most importantly. Visit us on all our socials at Heart of Ohio Sports. Do us a favor, click that subscribe button as we get ready for baseball this season. After an incredible ride by the Mohawk Warriors, like we talked about. Coming in tonight, 23-3, setting a record for best record in school history, along with winning their first district title since the 2018 campaign.
Story of this one, Tommy, was that 11-0 run in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
By this Crestview Knights team. They took that and really just rode the wave of momentum.
That's what you do. You get like we talked about, you get those runs built up, and if you're able to shore up defensively, a lot of teams don't stand a chance.
That's right.
Too much. It's too much to make up. And then oftentimes, again, you spend so much time trying to make that up that you're shooting wild shots, and it falls back into the hands of the awaiting team, which is where you see that rebound differential, like we talked about, 33-20. And now under a minute for the Crestview Knights to move one step closer towards a regional championship game against Marion Local.
Oh, what a move under the basket there by Tommy Hefner.
Oh, look at that.
Under the basket. Hayden Parker puts that one up and in. Down to 15 seconds. Knights, spin move, turnaround jumper off the front of the rim, no, and that's gonna do it. Should be the end of the ball game here as the Warriors bring it into the forecourt, down to 2 seconds. That one's off the foot and out of bounds. We got 0.4 seconds left. And that's it. Your final score, 61-40, Crestview all over Mohawk. We're gonna step aside, we'll take a timeout, we'll come back, we'll break things down, and we'll wrap things up and put a wrap on our 2022-2023 basketball season. After this, we'll come back to you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
Tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock for the Pulse podcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, live from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
This is Brad Lonsway, General Sales Manager at Reineke's Tiffin Ford Lincoln. I want to take a quick timeout to tell you about all the things we got going on out here. We're charging into 2023 with great deals on the F-150, Explorer, Expedition, Super Duties, and much, much more. We're blocking high interest rates with 2.9% interest on all F-150s, plus $1,000 in bonus cash. We have leases starting at $329 a month. Let's get back to the game. Get your key from Reineke.
You're watching high school basketball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here on the campus of Bowling Green State University. We're at the Stroh Center, Bill Frack Court. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall with you. You're tuned in here on the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Once again, final score 61-40. Convoy Crestview moving on to face the Marion Local Flyers. And Tommy, this was a dominant effort by the Crestview Knights. If I do say so myself, after watching Mohawk throughout this tournament, we've covered just about every one of their games so far. Everyone except for the very first one against North Baltimore. They've been dominant offensively in every single game that we've seen except for tonight. Hopewell did a pretty good job against them the other night, but they kept that one close. When your best player, who's averaged about 20 points on the year, is unable to get you anything from the floor, it's going to be hard for any team to beat a state qualifying top 16 team in the state of Ohio, especially here in Region 14, one of the toughest regions in the state. I mean,
well, again,
it's a frustrating night for AJ Hess because this is his last game as a senior, and he's got to be beating himself up. But I'll tell you what, the young man had one hell of a season and probably one of the most distinguished careers in Mohawk history. So for that young man, I got to say, don't hang your head. You had a storied career, and you've got a lot to hang your hat on. So don't let this one define your story. This game does not define your legacy, young man. This is just a footnote.
Well, again, that's what we talk about being the difference maker when you get to this level, when the cream always rises. Coach Doug Etzler of these Convoy Crestview Knights, again, he's no stranger to this dance. Yeah, a lot of guys, youth and inexperience on the Mohawk end of things, to where, again, it's going to be who acts like they've been here before, the team that limits the mistakes. And I tell you what, Convoy Crestview, they played about one of the most mistake-free games of basketball that you're ever going to see on display, especially at the regional level, to where, again, like you talked about, being able to limit AJ Hess to no points tonight on the floor, and then able to just shore up defensively, bury Mohawk on a little run there in the second quarter, and basically never looked back. Just made Mohawk play to Convoy's brand of basketball, to where, again, they just swelter in defense. Again, I always call that Waffle House defense.
That's right.
Smothered and covered, and that's exactly what Convoy Crestview did to Mohawk. Mohawk trying to return the favor, found themselves in foul trouble, found themselves with pesky turnovers. Now, ultimately, once Mohawk was able to start chipping away at that deficit, those free trips to the foul line is what buried Mohawk towards the end.
Yeah, and that's, when you talk about the composure in a game like this that's needed to come away with a victory, I mean, the stakes are high, higher than they've ever been throughout the entire season so far. So you've got a lot of pressure. And these Crestview Knights, I mean, probably played with some of the best composure I've seen all season, Tommy. To be able to play mistake-free basketball for the majority of this game. I mean, they didn't shoot the ball very well from beyond the three-point arc, but they had almost 50% from the field, 70% from the free throw line, and they out-rebounded the Warriors by 12, 33-21. And I think when you really look at it, you look at the numbers, that 11-0 run in the first quarter to second quarter really kind of separated things for these Knights, and that was kind of the story. I mean, the Warriors had a hard time trying to find any kind of answer for that run. They never established themselves offensively, and they never really got one of those runs going themselves, because even there after the end of the halftime, when we got back in the third quarter, we saw a couple of possessions where they put together a nice little offensive game and had it down to an 11-point game at one point, but every time they would get a basket, Crestview come down and answer right away. So they get it down to an 11-point game, there's Crestview with another answer right on the other end of the floor. So it was like they could never get it down to a single-digit deficit here in the second half, and it was just trying to climb their way back uphill this entire game. That's hard to do, especially in a game like this when you're talking about all the stakes being so high, and composure, I think, was the big key for Convoy Crestview, to be able to play under composure. The small amount of fouls that they had, the limited fouls that they had, even though they were able to play good defense, I think to me, that's the key tonight. You look at this defensive effort and the way they were able to play clean without making a bunch of mistakes and without committing a bunch of fouls. That's the key.
I think a lot of times people would point to an off night. When you play great teams, there is no such thing as an off night. You just kind of either show your hand and get shown who you truly are. And I really feel like Convoy Crestview, they were that team that was just that much better here tonight.
That's right.
They really did play beyond where they're at in the bracket right here tonight. They just looked at this as the next step in their journey as Mohawk. Again, they were just kind of playing by the seat of their pants, enjoying the ride. And Convoy Crestview, they really treated this one like, again, just one more step in the way of their mission.
A business trip, if you will, for the Convoy Crestview Knights.
Yeah, they were celebrating vacation here tonight as Convoy Crestview came in, took care of business, wasn't getting paid by the hour, able to slip away and in sizable fashion, 61-40.
So they await. They will play the Marion Local Flyers this Friday right here at Bowling Green State University for the regional championship, Region 14 championship, and the right to move on to the Final Four at Dayton Flyers Arena. Tommy, it's been a hell of a season, and it's been a fun ride with you guys this year.
Absolutely, and again, we want to thank you, the fans, for joining us on this journey, getting us. We met a lot of goals this season, not just professionally, but personally as well. As we continue to grow, we hope you enjoy our coverage and continue to support us as we break out our bag of tricks for 2023, continue to improve. So please do us a favor. If you haven't, spread the word. Give us a like, give us a share on all of our social medias, and don't forget to subscribe as we continue to bring you high school athletics live and paywall free. And it's thanks to all of our community-minded sponsors that help bring high school basketball to you. Again, we want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, MST Sauce Company, First National Bank of Sycamore, Reineke Family Dealerships, Molyet, Harrison Price Insurance, Webster Industries, Pit Stop, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink, as again, all community-minded sponsors that help bring you on this ride into the postseason as our postseason run comes to an end as well, following these Mohawk Warriors, and as we look forward to baseball season coming up in the spring.
That's it. That's going to do it for our basketball season. I want to give a huge shout-out and a thank you to all of our sponsors and also all of our crew here at Heart of Ohio Sports for helping us present this entire basketball season to you guys, because I'm telling you, we had, 19 regular season games, and now in the postseason, I think we just crossed the 15 mark. So almost 35 basketball games we brought to you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I don't know any other local media station covering anywhere near that amount of games. So, folks, if you're asking yourself, how do you get on board? How do you get involved? And how can I partner up with Heart of Ohio Sports? Well, hey, do us a favor. Just share the video, like, follow, subscribe, and hit us up. You can send us a message either on Facebook. You can email me at hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. And give me a phone call, 567-207-5041. We would love to talk about baseball season. We got that coming up next. We need some support from the community. Baseball season is always the hardest one to sell, so we need your support. Get on board with us. If you want to get on board for baseball season, we want you on board as a sponsor. Tommy, Greggy, anything else? I think I would say hi to Austin, but she can't say hi back, so hi, Austin. But is there anything else that can be really said? I mean, we kind of talk about the player of the game, MST Sauce Company, but I think with this one, I got to give it to the seniors, man. You talk about Bryce Hannum, A.J. Hess, and Zayden Fry. These are three key contributors for this team that are going to be sorely missed next year. So if I had to give it to anybody, I'm giving it to all three of them.
Absolutely. I guess that would be a general consensus. And those guys, those seniors, hats off to a tremendous career and not just shaping yourselves as better athletes, but as better men as you move forward. As a basketball doesn't, life doesn't end after basketball. There's life after basketball, and you'll find that out as our players of the game will fight over them chicken chunks. And I guess that's going to do it for us. Pleasure as always, Nate.
Pleasure's all mine, partner. Greggy, any final thoughts?
Man, shout out to the seniors like you guys said, and then to the other side of that, it was a really fun season getting to see these young players.
Yes.
And what we've got coming in the future, because we'll be back next season.
Oh, yeah.
About it, so.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back next year. We ain't going nowhere, folks. This is just starting. We're just building. I did a little reminiscing here. We were here exactly about a year ago today calling the Calvert game as they made it to the Elite Eight last year, remember? All the way down. They were undefeated all the way to the Elite Eight, trying to get that trip to the Final Four. And we were here last year setting up with a couple of audio equipment, a little bit of audio equipment. We had the headsets, and we were trying to broadcast with a cell phone and a Wi-Fi connection. Here today, folks, I can't tell you how much of an upgrade what we have now compared to that day has been. So I'm telling you, right now, just think of where we're going to be next year. That's all we do is invest. We just keep getting better and better and better because that's what we want to do for you. We want to get the best possible product that we can give to the fans out there, and we're going to continue to do that. We're live and paywall free for the foreseeable future. So once again, for my partners, Austin Rodriguez, Greg Kinn, and Tommy Hall, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Bowling Green State University's Stroh Center. Your final score, Crestview 61, Mohawk 40. That's going to do it for our 2022-2023 basketball season. We'll see you when baseball starts. Have a good night.